Please listen carefully.
Hey everybody, this is Jace from Marshall Made Collectibles, and today we're going to be doing a review of Quantum Mechanix Firefly Malcolm Reynolds 1/6 scale figure. Just got this in, and I consider myself a brown coat, so I was really glad to get it. At first, I know a lot of people were iffy after they saw the initial head sculpt and then found out that they offer a second sculpt with the figure that looks much better, and it made it a much easier purchase for me. And in fact, from everything I've seen, I hope Quantum Mechanix continues to make all the members of the crew because of how well this one turned out. Anyway, let's go ahead and get into it because this is a true unboxing. I just got this in. The front of the box is just a nice plain classy black box that says the Firefly logo, the Master Series, and Malcolm Reynolds. You turn it to this side, you just get the Firefly logo. On the back, you have a very nice picture of the actual figure posed. And then on the other side, it's just the Master Series logo and Malcolm Reynolds 1/6 scale articulated figure. Top, it's just the same thing that we saw on the side. And on the bottom, it's just the UPC code. Now this opens on a magnetic flap to reveal another nice picture of the actual figure. And we remove the plastic, or the tissue paper there, and then we can see our figure in the box. Let me move that back a little bit. So what we'll do, let's go ahead and open this up. There's no tape or nothing like that on the box. Just have a little flap there. Okay, we'll put that box off to the side. He's in a plastic clam type packaging. Go ahead and pull that out. And the background of it looks like the ship. It looks like Serenity. And let's go ahead and we'll do the bottom tray first. I think. There we go. There's two separate trays. One where the figure sits, and the very bottom tray. We have a bunch of different hands, some extra pegs, Firefly logo base, and his communicating PAL device. Very nice. Stand looks reminiscent of what we've seen Sideshow put out before they went to the new hexagon type stands. Yeah, that's exactly what it reminds me of. It's nice. I might actually come up with something a little nicer for my display. But nice little crotch stand. Let's see if we can take a look at it. Here's the PAL device, his communicator. See if we can get a good close-up of that. Very cool. And we have a gripping and open grip. I guess that's would be to hold the PAL. We have a trigger hand or a gun hand. Another one. Really nice veining in these hands. I don't know if the camera is picking it up, but they're not just flesh tone and left alone. There's some blue veining in there. Nice shades and tones in there too. You can probably see the veining a little bit better on that fist. It comes with a pair of fists, so when him and Jane don't get along. And some extra pegs, which are always welcome. I'll put that off to the side. Now, like I said, one of the neat things is when they originally showed the production photos of this figure, a lot of people were just taken back because the head sculpt did not look like what they originally came out with. And I know it was sculpted by a gentleman by the name of Trevor Groves, and he does amazing work, but the paint job just was lacking. So, in with your figure, you get a little card, and it says, "Dear fellow browncoat, we are excited to present you with a Malcolm Reynolds 1/6 scale articulate figure, a labor of love for us and a heartfelt homage to Firefly. In production, the first Mal head was quite good, but the QMX Master Series strives for best in class, so we took the extra time and effort to show Captain Mal at his very finest. We've included both heads to offer you a choice. We hope you enjoy this articulated figure as much as we enjoyed bringing it to you. Sincerely, Andy Gore, CEO of QMX." Very cool. They didn't have to do that. They could have just stuck you with a one head. So, let's go ahead and take Mal out. And actually, the original head, it's not terribly bad. You know what it does remind me of? It reminds me of early Sideshow figures. Like when they did the Universal Monster stuff and the James Bond figures. It's almost that kind of look. And let's just take a look at the figure himself. He's got a nice pair of gloved hands that he originally comes with. Coat has a suede feel. It's lined. You've got the actual metal clasp for his button downs. Very cool. Pants have this stripe. Nice red shirt. Holster ties down below the leg. Leather-like belt with actual teeth. The suspenders are killing me. They're just very cool. Attached even in the back. Looks like working pockets even. And they did, yeah, they are. They're actual working pockets. Really did go all out. And from what I understand, he's supposed to have his dog tags. Yep. He's got his, I don't know if the camera is picking it up, but he has his dog tags there too. Jacket is really nice, very well tailored. Incredible boots. They have the stitching right into them. They even have the ribs on the side like his did. I mean, it's sculpted, so you're not going to get that ankle kind of, well, I mean, you get a little bit, but it's going to hinder it. I mean, they're not so rigid, but very nice. Nice leather cuffs on the jacket. Very cool. Let's go ahead and put him on his stand. Anyway, very pleased. Even with that initial head sculpt, I probably would have now, just looking at him, would have picked him up. But let's take a look at the other pieces real quick, and then we'll get into the second head sculpt. His pistol, excellent detailing. It's got a nice little bronze finish. Very well done. Unmistakable Mal's pistol. So, and let's take a look at that second head. Just in a little baggie. Oh, yeah. Definitely looks like Nathan. is a gorgeous head sculpt. For some reason, I hear that these are actually the same sculpts, but I don't think so. This one actually looks like it's a little thicker than this one. This one's painted detail is freaking amazing. This is like a Hot Toys type paint job on that. Absolutely gorgeous. Actually, I wouldn't mind having another one of these and have him posed without the brown coat, and maybe put a blue shirt on him, and he just have the suspenders on. Yeah. Alright, give me just a minute and let me go ahead and put him together. I'll put the other head on and have him posed up, and I'll give you some final thoughts, and then at the very end we'll do an HD photo review. Okay, so here's my Mal all decked out with his different head sculpt, actually the better one, and the figure's gorgeous. I just keep looking over it, looking at all the little details from the buttons on the shirts to the actual detail that's in the dog tags. In fact, at the very end of this, you can check out the HD photos and you can see the detail that's there. I do appreciate that Quantum Mechanix had the fortitude to go ahead and delay the figure. I know a lot of people were upset that it didn't come out when it was supposed to, but they weren't happy with the head sculpt and they did not release it until they got it perfect. And by God, they did. It is a gorgeous head sculpt. You would not find nothing nicer from a Hot Toys or an Interbay, and actually for the price, I'm stunned, because even some of the things that Sideshow has been putting out here lately in like the $225 price point or $250, and this had a price point of like $180 when it came out, and actually I was able to find this well under $150. Actually, it was under $140. And I was extremely pleased to be able to find it for that price. Gorgeous figure all around, super detailed from the soles of his boots all the way to the top of his head. Extremely pleased. I know somebody had made a comment or something about the body, that they didn't think it was as good as a Hot Toys. Actually, in this review and during the pictures, I will show you the actual body they use, and it is almost identical to what Hot Toys puts out for their narrow-shouldered bodies. So it's a perfect example of like a Hot Toys type body, so they didn't skimp on anything. Tailoring on this is really second to none, and the stitching is marvelous. The leather cuffs are gorgeous. They even got the layout of his suspenders correct in the back. There's a certain way it lays with a like a band across. If those familiar with the show, especially Firefly, see him without the brown coat all the time, will know what I'm talking about. They nailed it. I mean, they nailed it. Everything down to the ribs on the sides of the boots. So if you're a brown coat, if you're a fan of Firefly, Serenity, anything like that, definitely look for him, pick him up. I find that this piece is actually well worth the original asking price of $179.99 that you would find over at Quantum Mechanix. If you can find them cheaper than that, I would jump on it, especially if you're a fan. You won't find a nicer figure out there. So that's my review. I'd give this piece a 10 out of 10. I love it. Glad I've got it, and will not be parting with it. So thank you for watching. Be sure to stay tuned for some of the HD photos at the end, and take care. This is Jace for Marshall Made Collectibles.